Ian, another hard-earned point away from home. What are your thoughts on the game?
I totally agree with you. Bit of a war of attrition, wasn't it? The game. It was a bit, not a lot obviously given by either side. You look at clear-cut chances. Well, I wouldn't say there's any outstanding ones. There's areas when the ball's obviously approaching the penalty area where you thought it might, turn into something else. But like you rightly pointed out, we've been on FA Cup duty in 2 games previous to this, but before that we were away at Farnsley, weren't we? Which is another difficult place to go to. So we come back, with a point from each journey. We also have a clean sheet, don't we? Which is important. And I thought the players stood to the task very well today. So sometimes you can end up losing those games. It can be. You don't get many 0-0s, do you? You get more 1-0s, I think, than you do 0-0s, and you think to yourself, well, could you suffer? But no, I thought the players finished it off well, and I thought we came on a little bit, didn't we, in the last 10 minutes with a little spell. But we take the point back.
Would you say the big positive is the clean sheet, and it was a very solid defensive performance? I can't remember Witton having any clear-cut chances.
Well, yeah, we asked that question afterwards. Has John really made any diving saves or anything like that? I mean, he's come for crosses. You're going to expect that, aren't you? But no, I thought they policed it very well today. And after Tuesday, you're not going to get a game like that, are you? Like I said before, it's not. The pitch is nice, But I thought that the grass was a little bit long. It's a bit hard for fluid football on the deck. So it's taking everything into consideration. Win. They applied themselves, excellently. They make things difficult for you. Anything you take away from here, you've most certainly deserved. You haven't been given. So I've been here a few times in the past and gone back with nothing. So we're pleased with that, with the point.
And it was a very physical game. How are the teams? Is there a lot of bruises and that in the changing room?
They seem to be okay at the moment, but obviously, if they do have any effects, they'll be fearing it later on tonight or tomorrow. But thankfully, we can have a look at the players, and see how they are. But I don't envisage anyway any problems.
And the second half, like I said, they seem to improve going forward. Is there a little disappointment not to have nicked a winner?
Well, yeah. I try and be honest. Could I say that did we do enough to win it? No, I wouldn't say so. No, did they do enough to win it? No, I don't think so. It was a draw, probably a fair result. Yeah, you want to win every game, yeah, but I like to be, I like to look at it honestly, from both sides of the coin. So, if you are going to draw a game, 0-0 will do us because it gives us a clean sheet.
And it keeps the unbeaten run going.
Well, exactly, yeah. That's 9 games of the season so far, isn't it? So that's up to 8 games. So you just want to, keep on extending that if at all possible. They've worked very hard today. They've stuck together well. As you rightly pointed out, we didn't really get stretched too many times, did we? We looked, quite comfortable. So, on another day, we may have found a bit more of a cutting edge, but today, that didn't, bear fruit. But you can't fault the players for their application.
And it makes the point even more important because you're back in cup action again for the next couple of games.
Well, that's it. And it's if we are successful over Hales Owen, if it's 1 or 2 games, then we go back into the same scenario again, don't we? Where it's a bit of league and then it's a bit of cup. It's a long season, isn't it? It doesn't get finished till the end of April, so people look at, you're accumulating games in them, but this, that, and the other. You just look at, concentrate on the next game in front of you, and that's all we can do. We've all got to play the same league games, haven't we? So at some stage or other, so it's. I think what have we got down to 5th? I think one of the players said today, but with the game in hand, it would put us 2nd. So it's important that that the league table will look after itself as long as we look after the next. The next game in line, which is obviously next week. But I thought in a way it was a big comparison. If you look at the game on Tuesday, where it was free flowing, nice flowing football on the deck, we're moving the ball around quickly, and then we come in, and then you digest today's game, which, like I said at the beginning, was a bit of a war of attrition. It was very, very, very tight, wasn't it? You're not going to get every game the same. So I'm pleased, in that we're taking something back with the performance that we've done as well, and that gives me a lot of, a lot of pride, because they can go from, the highs of winning 8-2 and playing some wonderful football, and then completely within 3 days you're in a different kind of game. you know, and yet we're going back with something. So that, you know, that's important for, you know, for us building in our makeup, is putting, sometimes you put big steps on each other, and sometimes you put little ones, but that's not to, you know, underestimate what the little ones do, and you know, this was you know, an important one of those.
Finally, another terrific away following. It seemed everywhere we looked, they were scattered all over the place today, the Trinity faithful.
Yeah. You know, I will always go on record after every game, and if I did forget, then I obviously still think the same. You know, it's tremendous that you know, they're following us around. You know, maybe a little bit more joy than last season. You know, so I can fully appreciate that. But you know, people have still got to make the effort. And like I've mentioned before as well, Glenn, that you know, it's Saturdays, isn't it? You know, and we've been on the road for 4 out of 5 Saturdays, I believe now. We're on the road next weekend. I mean, more people want to go and watch a game away from home, I'd imagine, on a Saturday, because they're not at work. Yeah, so it's more expense to people. But you know, 5 times out of 6, you know, they've had to you know, go on the road rather than watch a game down at the North Home. So, you know, we are very, very, very appreciative of the efforts that they make to you know, come and support us.
Okay, thank you.
Cheers.